Hello everyone. Today I am here with one more topic from subject application development using Python, subject code 18CS55. So in the last sessions we discussed about various things which includes in the third module, like zipping of files, extracting the files from a zip file, right? So in today's session we are going to discuss about how to debug or how to execute a Python program in an efficient way with the help of exception handling or raising an exception and creating assertions. Okay, for example, if you are writing any program, you need to make sure that your program should handle some dynamic errors. Means if the user enters some wrong data, or if the program creates some dynamic errors, your program should not close abruptly, or it should not close in the middle of the execution. The program should continue their execution still if it consisting of some dynamic errors. So in today's session we are going to discuss how to raise an exception to handle the dynamic errors. Okay. So for that we have a raise exception concept, where you can raise an exception. Already we have discussed about how to raise, how to handle exceptions using try and except block, right? Try, except and else and finally block. So here we are trying to raise an exception which handles some dynamic errors. Okay. We have an example for raising an exception. Let us say you provide an input to a function, let us say age. If the age is less than 18, so you need to raise an exception saying that you cannot vote. Or if the age is greater than 18 and above, so you should say you can vote. So these are the two conditions. You can raise any exception. You can, like, dynamic error cannot be like there are some predefined dynamic errors. Let us say divide by zero error, value error, name error, index out of range error, okay, memory out of bound error. So there are so many dynamic errors. They are predefined errors, but still you can create your own dynamic errors by raising an exception. So as I said, if you want to take some integer input, if the range exceeds some given range, then you can raise an exception, right? Let us say if the person is trying to deposit or trying to withdraw 150 rupees, so then it is an exception, correct? So where you generate some exception saying that your amount cannot be your amount should be multiple of 100 rupees, let us say 100, 200, 300, 400, like that. So here we have considered a function called vote function, which takes one parameter age. Then I am checking whether the age is less than 18. If the entered age or given age is less than 18, so I am raising an exception, raise keyword exception function. So inside I am trying to write an error message, you cannot vote. Else if age is not less than 18, so you will get you can vote. So this is the function. So this is the function body. So once the function is completed, I am trying to call that function, and I am writing that calling of function within the try block. So inside try block I am writing vote of 25, vote of 15, vote of 45. So when I pass vote of 25, it will go to vote method or vote method. Then it will check whether the age is 25 is less than 18, no. So it will go to else part, it will say you can vote. Then when I pass 15, so it will go to here 15 is less than 80, which is true, it will raise an exception. So it will not continue, raise an exception, and it will not close the execution. So it will just raise an exception, it will go to an except block, except exception as error. So except exception as error, print an exception happened, and I am trying to print the error message saying that you cannot vote. So an exception happened, you cannot vote. So again execution will come back to the next statement, vote of 45. So 45 is not less than 18, so it will go to else block, you can vote. So this is how you can raise exception for any condition. So whatever condition you want, you can just take those condition and can raise an exception to handle the errors, or you can control the execution of the program. Okay, next consider a problem statement and try to solve this problem using Python, and you should also make use of try and except, and you should raise an exception. So the problem statement is like this: you need to take a symbol from the user and you need to take width and height information, and you need to generate a rectangles using those symbols. The problem is very simple. Let us say you consider star as the input, and you need to consider width. Let us say width is 5, height is 4. So the symbol yes, width and height. Now you need to generate a rectangle. You need to draw a rectangle for this. Means the width is 5. You need to have a 5 stars like this. 5 stars as a width. What about height? Height is 4. So you need to have 4 stars. So you are not filling a rectangle with all the stars. You only thing you need to have only the rectangular box, means only the border part you need to generate. So again you need to have height is 4, again width is 5. So this is how you get the symbol or the diagram. You need to take input star or symbol as an input, width is another input, height is another input. I will write one more thing. Let us say a dollar is a symbol. I want height as 3 and I want width as 3, height is 6. So how do you write? Width is 3, so you need to have $3 symbols. Height is 6, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here also 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So finally one more. So this is how you get a rectangle. So this is a problem statement. So where to raise exception? Now you need to put your own conditions saying that you need to have only one character. If the user enters 2 characters, let us say if the user enter 2 stars to be printed, then you should raise an exception saying that you should enter only 1 character. Understood? Let us say if the user want the symbol to be printed on the border is ampersand symbol and cap, then it's an error. If you consider only one symbol, it is okay. No need to raise an exception. That is the first thing. Second thing to raise is the width should be greater than 2. Correct? You cannot take if you take only 2 values, it cannot looks like a rectangle, right? If I write like this, it won't look like a rectangle. So your width should be greater than 2. Greater than 2 means at least 3 values. Then only you will get one extra space. So like this. Greater than 2. So if I write 2 cross 2 rectangle, it doesn't look like a rectangle. Okay. So for that you can consider 3 cross 3. Minimum is 3 cross 3. Even 3 cross 2 is also will not look like a rectangle. So minimum the width should be greater than 2. Height should be greater than 2. If the user enters such values, you need to raise an exception. For example, so if I enter star, width is 1 or width is 2, height is 6, then it is not a valid input because 2 width is not greater than 2, so we will raise an exception. In the same way, let us say $4, width is 4, but height is, I want only 1 height, then you should raise an exception. Or if the height is only 2, you should raise an exception, or height is minus 5, you should raise an exception. So this is the problem statement. So we'll solve that problem. Okay. Here is the program. So we have written a box print function which takes 3 parameters, as I said: symbol, what is the width, what is the height, and we are writing if condition to check whether the length is not equal to 1. Okay, it should be 1, it should be equal to only one character. So because it is string, I am checking the length. If the length is not equal to 1, I will raise an exception saying that symbol must be single character. Second exception, if the width is less than or equal to 2, so I will raise an exception, width must be greater than 2. Next, if height is less than 2, so again I will raise an exception saying that height must be greater than 2. Okay, these are the exceptions. Then finally, if all the condition fails, if any condition is successfully executed which is true, then we will raise an exception. So we will raise an exception, we will print the error message and we will come back. Okay. For example, I am passing here, we will see later, but still we are passing star 4 4. Star is a one character, 4 is greater than 2, 4 is greater than 2. So no errors or no exceptions. It will generate a box saying that 4 cross 4 box. Next we have $25. Dollar single character, 20 is a greater than 2, 5 is greater than 2. So we will get 20 width, 5 height, a box with dollars. Next we have a character X to be printed, but we have what width is only 1. So now here X is checked, which is false. Width whether 1 is less than 2, true. So it will go to exception block saying that 1 is width must be greater than 2. Width must be greater than 2. So it will not execute. So it will go to try block. So this statement is skipped. X13 is skipped. It will go to exception block printing the error message. So again it will go back to next statement AA45. AA45. So what is AA? So we have written try block over here. Try box print of SWH means we have written the for loop here. We will discuss later. So once there is an error in execution of X13, it will go to next AA45, where in AA we have it is length of 2, 2 is not equal to 1, it will raise an exception. So it will come back. Okay. Now we will see how do we print the box. Let us say first one is star 4 4. So how it will print? It will print 4 stars first. Right. For that we are writing print S star W. S star W means, so here we have S is nothing but it's a character into integer. Character into integer we have discussed in the beginning of the syllabus, beginning of the subject. If you multiply any character with number, it will be duplicated. So in the same way here, S stands for star, W stands for 4. 4 times star gets printed. That is the one thing. In the same way at last also S star W means, so 4 times star gets printed. Only thing we need to generate here 2 stars, correct. For that, so what I am doing, for I in range, height minus 2, why height minus 2? Because already height is 4, height should be 4, width is 4, already done. We have successfully printed the width. So top width and bottom width get printed very easily. But what about height? Height is 4. Already height is 4, but already we have printed 2 positions. So for that I am reducing minus 2. Even though if you consider 20, 5, this side it is 20, bottom also 20. What about 5? When I say 5, already 1 at the top is over, bottom is over. Only thing you need to print middle 3 characters. 5 minus 2 means 3 characters to be printed. In the same way here we are considering I in range of 3, h minus 2, that is 4 minus 2 means 2. Now your value will be 2, that is the index starts from 0, 1, 0, 1. Means 0 means 2 character will be printed. Next, print of symbol plus. Print of symbol means first we will print the symbol here. Once the top row get printed, next we are going to print next particular row. So star. So I am trying to print symbol. I need to print what? Spaces. How many spaces? How do I know how many spaces? So 1 space, 2 space. Already we have at the left side, right side, we need to print the characters. Only middle character should be printed as a space. For that, again I am considering print symbol concatenate symbol into width minus 2. Width minus 2 means if you have 4 width, left side, right side already like you need to print with actual stars. So 2 characters should be subtracted. For that I am writing width minus 2. Width minus 2 means 4 minus 2. 2 times there will be spaces like 1 time space, 2 times space. Finally, again I will print the symbol, that is star. That is the one iteration, one loop. Second time, that is the 0 is over, 0 iteration over. Again first iteration, again print the symbol, 2 spaces, again print the symbol. Then for loop ends, finally print the final row gets printed. When I say 20 comma 5, how it works? First it will print $20, 20 times dollars, then 1 time dollar followed by how many spaces? 20 minus 2. 20 minus 2 means in between there are 18 spaces. 18 spaces followed by 1 more dollar. Like this, how many times it will print? How many for loops? 3 for loops, because height minus 2. Height minus 2 means 5 minus 2, 3. 3 times it will print dollars. Dollar. So finally you will get 5 height, 20 width. So this is how we print a box. We are here now. Then this is the function. Till here we have got box print function. If in the middle of the function, if I get any exception, it will rise, it will not continue further, it will simply close. So now how to call box function? So there is a different version of for loop. So till now we have used only one iterator or 2 iterator. Now I am considering 3 iterators. For SWH, symbol width height in, I am writing a tuple. Instead of writing 1, 2, 3, so you can write instead of writing range, so you can write star 4, 4 means star stands S, 4 stands for W, again another 4 is H. So first it will take this value, it will call box print function. Next iteration it will take these values, it will call box print function. So once it comes to x13, it will go to box print function. X is a 1 character, 1 is less than 2, which is false. So it will raise an exception. It will not. The execution temporarily stops. It will go to except block. It will execute the error message, and the execution goes to next calling of function. Next function to be called. Again AA45 get called. AA is a 2 character, again it comes back, so it will not print these 2 boxes. So this is how to raise an exception. Okay, I hope you understood this concept. Try to execute this program in your laptop. So try to get these boxes. You can write any number of what? If you want, you can increase this size or you can vary this size. Okay, next we have concept of assertion. So in the last In the last we discussed about raising an exception where it will check for condition. So in assertion also we make sure that whether the code is working in fine way or a predefined way, to check whether the code is working in right way. So for that we create assertions. So using assertion you can make sure that whether the conditions are correct, whether the code is correct. For example, here I have taken a variable called door status. Assume that there is a variable called door status and initially I have stored as open. Okay. So how to create assertions? Assertions can be created in this way. You should have a keyword called assert. There is a keyword called assert. Then you should have a condition part. Then you should have a comma. Then if the condition fails, what is the message to be printed? Understood? How to create assertion? Assertion can be created using the syntax like you should have a word called assert, keyword called assert, space, what is the condition to be checked, and comma separated by what is the message to be printed if the condition fails. So here I have taken door status is equal to open. Initially I have initialized door status as open. If the door status is open, no worry, no error, means no, don't raise an assertion or don't trigger or don't generate any message. If the door status is open, so don't worry. If somebody try to change the status or try to change the value of door status in middle of the program, in the anywhere of the program, if somebody try to change the value of the door status, then you should raise an assertion. So that is the use of assertion. For example, bank balance. Bank will decide minimum bank balance is 1000. Minimum bank balance is 1000. If it is created initially with assertion, if somebody try to change this 1000 value to 500 or 200 or 1500, then it should raise an assertion. It will raise an assertion saying that the minimum balance should be 1000 rupees. You cannot change. If somebody, like something is going wrong in the code, something is going wrong means if somebody is trying to change the value of any variable, then you will get a message. Here also we have created assertion. The condition is that door status should be open. So if condition fails, I will say the door is open or door must be open. Door must be open. Door must be open. So in the next statement, I am trying to change the door status. I am trying to change the door status as door status is equal to close. Then I will check whether the condition is correct or not. Again I will try to check the assertion. Okay. So again I am trying to create one more assertion saying that the assert door status is equal to open, then a message. So for that I will get a error message saying that assertion error, the door must be open, because here we are trying to change the door status into close. Again I am checking whether the assertion is right or wrong. Okay. So for that I will get a message saying that the door must be open. Here I don't get any message. It is just like checking whether the code is right or wrong. Initially I have stored door status as open. Next, using assertion I am trying to check whether it is correct or I am trying to check some condition. So assert door status is equal to open. If this fails, assume that you don't know about this door status. You have some 1000 lines of code, you don't know what is the status of door. If you want to check what is the status, you can write assert door status is equal to open. You are checking whether it is a open. If it fails, then you will get a message. Here I am trying to change as a close. Then I will check whether it's a door status is open. No, door status is close. So then I will get a message saying that door must be open. So this is how we create an assertion. Same way you can consider, let us say voting age is 18. Voting age is, we will consider some value. Assertion age, voting age status, if it is less than 18, you should get a message. So same thing you can do. Let us say I will consider vote is equal to, let us say age. I will consider age is equal to 25. So here I will write assert if age is less than or greater than 18, greater than or equal to 18, comma, greater than or equal to 18. So I will write what age must be greater than 18, greater than 18 or greater than or equal to 18, greater than or equal to 18. So this is the assertion I have created. Age is 25, so it will check whether the 25 is greater than or equal to 18. So I don't get any message. If somebody changes age as 14, again if they check assertion, so you will get message saying that age must be greater than 18. So this is how you create assertion. Thank you.